I guess I'm next. I should never have come here.
Hello out there, great lands of lands. Welcome to an all-new video. In this video, we're doing a movie review of a newer film that came out earlier this year and just got released on VOD onto Shudder. So we're going to talk about that. So we're going to get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms, such as X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, the amazing and awesome Patreon, which definitely you should check out. As always, let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all new video. So like I was saying before, we're doing a movie review of a film that came out earlier this year and is a film that just got released onto On Demand and also onto Shudder streaming app, which happens to be a film called Good Boy. Yeah. Good Boy. Yeah. So Good Boy is a horror film or horror thriller film that basically is from this perspective of the dog. And I thought this was a really great, awesome thought process. I thought this was a great idea because we really never had seen that, kind of like how A Most Violent Nature was from the bad guy's point of view. It was kind of an interesting idea of having it where it's a horror film about supernatural entities, but from the viewpoint of a dog. And I thought that was a really cool concept, and I thought that could be a great film, really awesome, really interesting. But after watching it, I was like, wow, they could have done so much more with this. I was really actually disappointed. I thought it was going to be a lot better. I thought it was going to be decent. But overall, all the hype it's getting, I was actually really kind of like confused. Like, why is this getting so much hype? It wasn't anything that great. It wasn't anything that interesting. It wasn't anything that, well done. Especially for a directorial debut of the director of this film as well, who actually, this happens to be his own dog that he uses for the film. And I was actually surprised because there was just so much they could have done that would have made it more interesting. I mean, even with a short runtime that it had, I was actually really disappointed with how short of a runtime it had. It still didn't get really anything much out of it. Plus also the storyline that it went with, I just thought was kind of a stupid idea as well, because you're going to have a supernatural entity, great, ghost, whatever, monsters, whatever, cool. But if you're going to have your main hero be dying, why would you do that? Because a ghost usually goes after somebody that is healthy or somebody that definitely has a fighting chance against them, basically makes them go crazy, kind of. In this instance, it's not even like that. It's just somebody literally dying and basically them being taken by the entity. And I was kind of like, that's kind of dumb. I was like, I can think of such a way better story than that. And I was really disappointed with that. Now, as I said, this was a directorial debut of a gentleman that goes by the name of Ben Leonberg. That's right, Ben Leonberg. Now, Ben Leonberg, like I said, this is his directorial debut. He's done some shorts, but anything else he has not actually done. This was his first film he really actually fully did. He was the writer on it. He was a co-writer, along with being the director. And like I said, the dog Indy was his actual dog. And I think out of this whole film, the best thing that Leonberg did was have the dog be the main star. Honestly, I think that was the best part of the film. I think that's what the best part he did with. Because other than that, I didn't think the writing was that great. I also didn't think that the vision of the film was as good as it could be either. And for being a directorial debut, I don't think it was his strongest effort. And it'll be interesting to see just what he does later on. And like I said, he hasn't done anything else. I haven't seen anything else he's done, so I can't compare this to anything else that he's done. But overall, I think that he has some visions that he could do really well, but just with some better writing and better actors and better things that could just make it a better type of film. And I think he had a lot of potential with this film, and I just feel he failed at that and just didn't bring it to his full tilt, But what do I know? You could absolutely love this film. You could enjoy it. I could be completely wrong, in your aspect of the film industry. But overall, I think, in my opinion, that he did a horrible job as a director and just did not fulfill what I felt could have been a really strong, great film. If you haven't seen anything Ben Leonberg has directed, check out Good Boy on demand now on Shudder. See what you think. Did he do a good job? So this movie has absolutely no name cast in it. They're all people that have done like bit parts in other little films and made for DVD type of films. And out of this cast, like I said, I think that the dog Indy was the best actor in the whole entire bunch. Even the sister, the guy that plays the owner who is dying, and even the people playing the ghosts and stuff like that, I just didn't think were anything that great. And even the person that was supposed to be like the doctor consultant, I think, was pretty bland and, out there. I mean, these people between Shane Jensen, who plays one of the characters, to Larry Finnerman, who was another character in the film. I think all these people just were not anything that great. And I was not impressed with anything they did. And it's just too bad because they had so much potential they could have worked with and made this even more entertaining film. Because like I said, from beginning to end, it just was like kind of like, ooh, I'm excited, and then all of a sudden, blah, let down type of deal. And it's just too bad that these actors and actresses didn't get a chance to really shine and show that they had a lot more ability. And it's, one of those things you're just like, okay, I'm going to put you in this film, but you're really not going to do much type of deal. That's how it kind of felt, and that's too bad. I mean, like I said, the ominousness of the film, the presence of the film, the idea was such a great idea and concept, but it just was not executed, and none of these actors actresses got to be able to really execute that to their full potential. If you haven't seen any of these people that were in this film, definitely check out anything else they might have seen. Check out Good Boy to see what you think about their acting. So what is Good Boy about? Basically, the premise of the story is this man is dying from a rare lung disease, and he goes to live out in the woods, basically to try to get away from society and to try to get through his disease, along with, the help of his dog, Indy. And while they're out in the woods, they end up encountering ghosts that Indy basically interacts with, and we get to see him basically interact with them throughout the film, and Indy tries to intervene and save his owner, and that's pretty much what the story is. Like I said, I was so disappointed with this film. I just wish it would have been so much better. Even the runtime, with how short of a runtime it was, it still seemed a bit long. There was definitely a lot of dead air. The graphics and everything were okay. They weren't the greatest, but they also were more like straight to DVD type of feel, type of deal. But overall, I just thought it was a really lackluster film, overhyped and overrated, that just could have been so much better and had so much potential to be such a better film. And like I said, the concept of Indy, the dog being, from his perspective, was such a great concept. And just they didn't execute it as well as they could have. And I just wish they had. I give this one 3 golden movie boxes up out of 10. I have to give at least 3 for Indy, because I think the dog was the best part of this film. He truly was a great actor and a great dog, and just a great part of this film, and one of the few things that was enjoyable about it. Other than that, don't highly recommend it, but I do recommend check it out for yourself, see what you think. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? But overall, I think it was a very much a abysmal disappointment, and it's just too bad. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, check it out on Shudder now. See what you think. Do you enjoy it? So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. If this is your first time here, or you had been here before, please don't forget to check out any older new videos you may not have seen mine yet. As always, people, Huge shout out to my followers, my subscribers. Thank you so much for being a part of the channel. 1,421 and strong, and keep growing. Thank you so much for that. But as always, if you really want to help the channel out, help it grow, help it make it bigger, please check out my Patreon page where you get to see all kinds of extra accoutrement and ideas and all that kind of cool stuff you don't get here on my YouTube channel. Plus also, as a member, a paid member, you get access to all kinds of cool stuff where you get to pick a movie for me to review every month just for you. So definitely check that out. As always, catch you in the next one.